EQSP, QSP. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha, and I'm the net control operator for this evening's edition of the 9H HAM GlobalNet. This is a net which originates from the Maltese Islands and meets every 2 weeks on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Central European Time. Before we start the net, is there any emergency traffic? Is there any emergency traffic before the net? Hearing none, I will start off by acknowledging the contributors who make this net possible. First of all, the participants, but also 9 Hotel 1 Sierra Fox Stephen, November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey Jerry, and 9H1 FBS Charles for making this possible and acting very often as net controllers. I'd like to thank 9H5 Sierra November Marco and 9H1 Golf Papa Mark for allowing us to use the 9H1 UHF bar analog repeater. And I'd also like to thank Antoine, 9 Hotel 1 Uniform Sierra, and Herbert, 9 Hotel 1 Delta Hotel, for allowing us to use the 9 Hotel 1 Delta Mike Romeo repeater, which they manage. This is a digital repeater, DMR repeater. Thank 9 Hotel 5 Yankee Victor, Glenn, for allowing us to use the same branding as the 9H HAM Radio Facebook page, which he manages. I will pause periodically to allow repeaters to avoid repeaters timing out.
G3TZM Golf 3 Tango Zulu Mike joining the net.
I believe someone said something, but I couldn't pick it up. Could you go again, please? This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
This is Golf 3 Tango Zulu Mike joining the net. Philashiataya.
Thank you. I'm going to start off by asking for check-ins. So are there any check-ins for this evening's net? Could you please repeat your call sign? For some reason, there was some background hiss and I didn't actually get it. Could you please repeat your call sign? And after that, if there are any more check-ins, please allow a few seconds and state your call sign, preferably using phonetic alphabet, and your name. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha, waiting for check-in.
Alpha Papa Whiskey, Jerry.
G3TZM Bill.
I acknowledge November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey, Jerry, and Golf 3 Tango Zulu Mike Bill. Are there any more check-ins for this evening's net? I acknowledge 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima. Chris, are there any more check-ins for the net? This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha. Waiting for check-ins. It seems that there are only 4 of us today, although some people may connect later on, so I will periodically pause and for new check-ins. Currently 9 HAM GlobalNet, and I will first pass on the microphone to Jerry, November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey. Mike to you, Jerry. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
Yeah, very good, Anthony. 9 Hotel Foxtrot Alpha with the 9H HAM GlobalNet and 7 APW returning. Good evening to everybody. It seems like there may be something going on with the links because I'll have to see whether Bill has heard 9H1 Tango Lima. I don't think that I did. And right before the net, I gave you a couple of calls, and I couldn't hear you reply either. So I don't know, something may be going on. But anyway, good evening to everybody. I hope everybody is doing well. It's a nice, bright, sunny day. I was going to say on the island, but I wish. But it's only about 3 degrees Celsius. Winter is just about here. The days are shorter, of course. We've changed now back to standard time, and the older I get, the more it messes with me. In fact, I think Anthony and I were chit-chatting a bit on Messenger this morning at 2:00 in the morning because I couldn't go to sleep. But anyway, that's about it from here. I haven't been really active on DMR lately, but now that the nights are getting longer, that promotes staying inside, especially the cold outside. 9H5 Fox Alpha with the 9H HAM GlobalNet, November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey.
Thank you, Jerry. Before we proceed, I suspect that we might have an issue with the link. The DMR link seems to be relayed correctly to the analog side because I'm monitoring it. However, the analog side doesn't seem to be relayed to the DMR side. I'm currently talking on DMR. I'm going to give a call on the analog repeater, and could you let me know if you get a report? Could you provide a report?
Yeah, go ahead. We're listening.
This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha. I have just called on the analog repeater and I could not hear myself on DMR. So it seems to be a one-way traffic from DMR to analog, but not from analog to DMR, and I can't really understand why. The only other person who is with us who is using analog is 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima, Chris. With your permission, could I ask him to call on the net? Bill, I will give you the mic shortly. 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima, Chris. I am currently monitoring both VMR as well as the analog repeater. Could you please call on the analog repeater? This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha. Thank you, Chris. You came in loud and clear on both analog. On only the analog repeater. You have not come through on DMR. So I guess we have a link problem. Chris, you will be able to hear everyone, because the other participants are both on DMR, and I am on DMR as well. But we will not be able to hear you. So, so when you talk, I will MacGyver this and put my analog HD next to my DMR HD and relay it in the most basic, crude fashion possibly. Let me pass on the mic to Bill, G3TZM, Bill. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
Yeah, 9H5FA and the net from G3TZM, Golf 3 Tango Zulu Mike in the centre of England, near Birmingham, close to Birmingham Airport. Yes, good evening all. And Anthony, there is a problem because I'm using Echolink on the analog repeater, and so is Jerry, and we're not hearing the other station at all. 9H1 Tango Lima. Good evening, Charles. He's just checked in on the analog. It's come up on the analog repeater. And Anthony, I don't know whether you've got earphones on or something, but there is an echo, a delayed echo on transmissions on your transmission. I know what it's like because having tested the cockpit voice recorder in a 700 aircraft. I know what it's like trying to count to 10 and your own voice is coming back through your ear hole with a delay on it. It's awful. So there is an echo on your signal. I hope you're copying me okay, because I have had problems in the past with the audio here. 9H5 Foxtrot Alpha, Golf 3 Tango Zulu Mike, over.
Golf 3 Tango Zulu Mike. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha. Because monitoring both DMR and analog, and I'm talking on DMR. So the analog is delaying a bit, and unfortunately you can detect. I have turned the volume down somewhat, just so that I can barely hear it myself. I'm not sure if my radio mic is actually picking it up now. Yes, we do have some sort of a connection problem. So you are talking on Echolink. Jerry is talking on Echolink, and you are coming in fine. But 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima is talking on the same repeater on 9H1 UHFR, but he's talking through his radio. So he's on an RF link with the repeater, not an Echolink. And I can only hear him from the repeater, so on my analog radio, which is a bit strange. So through Echolink, who are connected to Echolink are actually being relayed on both repeaters. Chris, who's connected to the same repeater via RF, is not being routed to the other repeater, to the DMR repeater, but it's only coming out on air from the analog repeater, which is I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Let it ask for any new check-ins, and I'll pass the mic to Chris then, and see if I can actually put two radios back to back and relay him that way. Are there any more check-ins for the net? I believe Bill said that Charles just checked in. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha, waiting for new check-ins.
Contrary to usual, I'm a bit late on parade, gentlemen. Very good evening to everybody. This is 9 Hotel 1 Foxtrot Bravo Sierra, or as the Americans would say, Foxtrot Bravo Sierra. Charles, in beautiful Slima, with traffic going by.
I acknowledge 9 Hotel 1 Foxtrot Bravo Sierra, who came in on analog, but not on DMR. Charles, are you connected to Echolink, to the 9H1 UHFR repeater via Echolink? How are you connected at the moment? 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
I'm connected to Echolink, but if you want me to come on DMR, no problem.
Okay, now I've copied you both on analog and DMR, so I think it's being a bit complicated today. Let me, first of all, are there any further check-ins? I acknowledge 4 check-ins till now. Are there any further check-ins to the 9H HAM GlobalNet? None. I will pass the mic on to 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima, Chris. And Chris, you're going to come in on analog, so I'm going to do something which is a MacGyver thing and put my analog HD next to my DMR. Go ahead, Chris. 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
Anthony, this is Jerry. Chris has moved over to Echolink.
Okay, that's good news. I'm sorry, since I'm connected to two repeaters, Echolink doesn't show me the participants on every individual repeater. I'm just see the two repeaters on my side. Okay, Chris, could you go ahead? You can talk normally. Echolink seems to be working fine. 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
Very much thoroughly. Usually, I can very.
Nine Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha, which seems to have some sort of a new technical issue. I could hear Chris saying something and then repeating. It's similar to when we used to play vinyl records and the needle used to stick on a scratch on the record and just repeat it. Try and go again, Chris. Try going again. 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
Okay, 9H5FA. This is 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima with the second attempt at a test on Echolink through my laptop. I don't usually use Echolink on this laptop very often, so I'm not really familiar with the controls. I usually use Echolink through my phone, which is much easier to use. I pressed spacebar. I hope I'm managing to get in. If I'm getting in, I'll give my message. Back to net control.
Nine Hotel 1 Tango Lima, 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha. You have come in loud and clear. Now, this second attempt has worked. Is there anything else you'd like to say before I pass on the mic to Charles? Chris, it's working now. So, if you feel you have anything else to say, just go ahead. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
Yeah, 9H5FA from 9H1TL Chris. Hello everyone. It's been a while since I last checked in. Been very busy lately with an exhibition that's coming up. If it's okay with you, Anthony, I'll give a small announcement about the upcoming exhibition that I'm involved in. Back to net control.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you. All right, so did I understand correctly? You'd like to give some notices about upcoming activities? Back to you.
Nine H5FA from 9H1TL Chris. Yes, so there's an exhibition that I'm involved in. It's an art exhibition where artificial intelligence was used. I have a big interest in artificial intelligence. What we did was we collated the works of 21 local Maltese artists. And what we did was we processed the artwork through artificial intelligence software, and for each artist we produced a new artwork in their own particular style. And all that artists that were involved were very happy with it. It's going to be held on the 7th of December at the Esplora Center in Villa Brighi in Calcara. So that's just my little announcement. on an art exhibition where artificial intelligence is being used. It's a new technology, very exciting, and so far I think we are the only country that has actually done this sort of particular thing, where we create a new work for artists using their own work. Okay, so back to net control, 9H5FA from 9H1TL, Chris.
Nine H1 Tango Lima, 9H5FA. Thanks, Chris. That's very interesting. If there's any website promoting this or giving further information, or any Facebook page, and you'd like to send it to me or announce it on the net, I'll put it up on the not Facebook, sorry, on the YouTube page underneath as a note underneath today's transmission, today's recording. So we'll let me pass over the mic to Charles, 9 Hotel 1 Foxtrot Bravo Sierra. Charles, how are you? Mic to you. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
Nine Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha. Excuse me. This is 9 Hotel 1 Foxtrot Bravo Sierra returning. Very good evening to everybody. I'm very, very sorry that I'm late, but I had a meeting which was very, very important, and I think that we might, shall we say, gather some fruit. I know nothing about artificial intelligence, but they are developing an AI guide dog. Very, very interesting indeed. A robot which would act as a guide dog for blind people. And that's very, very interesting. And, well, we'll see. The dog that I have is definitely never going to be a guide dog. He's too small. But I heard Bill. I did not hear the whole of Chris's transition because I had a phone call which I have to return because this is very important as well. And I'm plodding along to the best of my ability, as the British would say it, I think. And still praying for rain, but it seems that it's going to be a very dry winter if it keeps going like this. We have recorded the shall we say, the driest October since records have been taken, since 1922. 101 years, gentlemen, and this is the driest October that we had in these 101 years. With that tidbit of information, which may interest or may not, I will send it back to net control. I think I'm going to have a haircut tomorrow. It has grown to a alarming degree. Well, what I can say is that during the past 3 months, I have, how should I say, saved €45. Something like that, anyway. So back to net control, and hope you have a very good net. I'm sorry I wasn't here at the beginning, but things were what they were. My 3 minutes are up. 9H5FA, 9H1FBS.
Nine H1FBS. 9H5FA. Thanks, and enjoy your haircut. You've told us about your new addition to the family, your little Jitsu. and yeah, they are little, very, very, very cute little dogs. Well, thanks, Charles. Let me hand over the mic back to Jerry and 7APW. Jerry, okay, so since we're all on Echolink, we seem to be working fine. Before I pass on the mic to you, let me see if there's any new check-in. And I'll be monitoring both analog and the DMR repeaters. So are there any new check-ins to the 9H? Pause for a few seconds for any new check-ins to the 9H HAM GlobalNet. So hearing none, I'll pass on the mic to November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey, Jerry. This is 9 Hotel Foxtrot Alpha, and today I'm the net controller for the 9H HAM GlobalNet.
Yes, you are. You have your hands full, too. 9 Hotel 1 Juliet Echo, Phil D'Amicoli has joined us via Echolink as well. I can see him. If you can hear us and you feel like chit-chatting, Phil, good evening to you. This is Jerry, November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey, and I am in Wyoming in the United States. As Bill very well said, Anthony, what's happening is that the audio from Echolink is passing through to 9H1 UHF, but the audio from 9H1 UHF is not passing back to Echolink. And so we who are on Echolink will never hear anybody who uses their radio on the local 9H1 UHF repeater. And if there are some people who are listening to 9H1 UHF, because obviously you can hear us, if you can check into Echolink or log into Echolink, we can hear you too. Right now they can hear us, but we cannot hear them. And correct me if I'm wrong, Bill, but I'll pass it back to you, Net Control, November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey. I pass it back over to you, Anthony.
5 Foxtrot Alpha. Yes, you're perfectly correct. So signals aren't passing from the repeater to Echolink, from the analog repeater to Echolink, but they are passing the other way around, from Echolink to the analog repeater. So let's try and use Echolink for today. You mentioned that someone else checked in on Echolink. Joe D'Amicoli, could you please give me again your call sign? This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
He was on Echolink, but he's disconnected. And if my memory serves me right, it's 9 Hotel 1 Juliet Echo, Phil D'Amicoli. But I don't see him on Echolink right now, November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey, back to Net Control.
Thank you, Jerry. I made a note of him in the log. Let me pass on to Bill. Golf 3 Tango Zulu Mike. Bill, sorry, apologies for the connection confusion today. sometimes happens, rarely, but sometimes we used to have these sort of issues in the past, but then they were resolved. So not sure what happened today. I mean, I'm not sure why it happened. G3DZM, microphone to you. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha. DZM, do you copy? This is 9H5FA.
Yes, 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha from G3TZM. Yes, I'm listening on DMR as well at the same time, and the transmission from the UHF repeater, from the analog repeater, is going to DMR, but I called in on DMR and you didn't hear me, so there's something wrong with the connection, as you say, so I'm not quite sure what it was. And I can also hear everybody else that's connected on Echolink coming through onto DMR here in the centre of England. So there's, as you say, there's clearly a connection problem. The best thing I can suggest is that perhaps you let Antoine and Marco know about the problems, perhaps by email or something, and let them investigate it. Okay, just to change the topic a bit from connection problems. My location here, as I said, is 6 miles from Birmingham Airport, and we're hoping to visit Malta for Christmas, but I've been messed around to cut an 18-month story very short. I've been messed around for a cancer operation, and I had a phone call today which I'm picking up a cancellation, so I'm having an operation on the 27th of November, and with a bit of luck it'll all be done and dusted to enable me to fly in middle of December. So we'll see, but I will let you know. So that's the information at the moment, and I'll pass it back to you. 9H5FA net control from G3TZM. Over.
G3DZM, 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha. Thank you for your message. Did I understand correctly? Did you try calling on DMR through RF? If you did, we did not copy. But that is all. So there is something, because I'm talking on DMR at the moment. On RF, connected to our DMR, local DMR repeater in Malta. So I don't know. There's some connectivity issues. Could you confirm that? Did you try calling on DMR on RF? Back to you, Bill. G3DZM. This is 9H5FA.
Yes, 9H5FA from G3TZM. Yes, I called on my open spot machine here I've got an RF connection between my handheld and the open spot, which, funny enough, Antoine set up for me when I was in Malta last Christmas. But the open spot's working perfectly. I can hear myself coming back on DMR. I can hear you on DMR, and I can hear everybody else on DMR through the open spot. Now, I called using my handheld through DMR, but it's clearly not working between the internet and 9H1 DMR. So, as I say, there is a connection problem somewhere along the line, which is stopping people from connecting and speaking to each other. But that's the situation. I can hear you on DMR and Echolink. I can hear Jerry on DMR and Echolink. I can hear Chris on DMR and Echolink, and I can hear Charles on DMR and Echolink through the hotspot, but I'm not able to transmit through the hotspot to DMR from G3TZM over.
G3TZM 9H5FA. Thanks, Bill. So it's a bit of a more complicated issue here. There has to be some digital problems along the way. So you can't transmit on DMR through your hotspot. And here we can't transmit on analog RF. So somehow, well, we have to figure this out. I think I'll do a sketch on it and send it to Marco. But the problem seems to be beyond that. I think if you can't transmit using your hotspot from the UK. But anyway, just something else. I'm going to be at Birmingham Airport tomorrow week. I'm going to be in the UK next week, and I'll be returning from Birmingham Airport tomorrow week. So, yeah, I'll have to see what repeaters are available there and program them to my radio. Thanks, Bill. Chris, 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima. Chris, would you like to add anything to your previous QSO? This is 9H5FA, microphone to 9H1TL.
Nine H5FA from 9H1TL. In the interim, I heard 9H1FBS's message on the robotic guide dog, which is artificial intelligence operated. I looked it up. It's fascinating what this tech can do. Honestly, the robotic guide dog looks suspiciously similar to a military robot that I've also happened to see on a video. They look very, very similar. They're probably operated by very similar tech. So yeah, amazing technology. Let's just hope it's used on the whole for more good things like this. Back to Net Control, 9H5FA from 9H1TL.
9H1TL with 9H HAM GlobalNet. This is 9H5FA. Yeah, I haven't looked it up yet, but I've heard about the robot, sort of the projects whereby AI based robotic guide dogs were being developed. I have seen some other guide dogs, AI-driven guide dogs, possibly the ones you mentioned, Chris. My only hope is that if they do develop an AI guide dog, the AI would be good enough to ignore or to at least evaluate GPS data before they actually use it. Because in Malta, at least, the directions given by by GPS are very often erroneous, and because streets change, new streets are built, old streets are demolished, or buildings are erected in their place, and Google Maps doesn't know about it. So I don't know why or how, but yeah, that's a common problem here, and it's worse in those though. So I'm not sure exactly how these guide dogs will operate, but I hope they'll be able to evaluate GPS maps. Is 9 Hotel 1 Juliet Echo listening? And if he is, would he like to speak? Let me pass on the mic to 9 Hotel 1 Juliet Echo. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha. Hearing none. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha, net controller for this evening's edition of the 9H HAM GlobalNet. Let me open the floor to anyone who would like to make any further QSOs. If anyone would like to say anything, please just state your call sign and go ahead. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
9 Henry 1 Foxtrot Bravo Sierra.
Go ahead, Charles. Mic is yours.
Thank you, sir. Well, I don't know why you're so, shall we say, dubious about Google Maps, because last week I had a sighted guide. She was in Maltese, and she did not know where the point is. We got there. She used the Google Maps to get there. We caught a bus, alighted, and then we walked about 5-10 minutes to the point. One observation about the guide dog would be, didn't you tell me to take you to the point? Why are you telling me to go this way? Because the point is in the opposite direction. Well, actually, with guide dogs, you have to know where you're going. And so most of us used to use things like iPhone and stuff like that to get where we wanted to go. You do have to know the place, be familiar with the place, but of course then there is the usual way how to get to places. For example, somebody told me that because I can't contact my hairdresser to cut my hair, somebody told me that there is another one in St. Helens Street, and I'm going to go. I have no guide dog now. I have a white stick. So what I'll do is I'll just ask the people, where's the barber? With that, I'm going to bow out because I have to make an urgent phone call. Jerry, if you're on DMR tomorrow, I have something to tell you, which is might be very, very interesting. Or else, whenever you want to, just give me a buzz on the Facebook Messenger, and I'll be there, even if it's in the middle of the night. I wake up about 2 times a night, so no time is impossible for me. 73 to everybody. Have a good evening and a good afternoon to Jerry, and of course thank you very much for the net. Prosit, very well done, Anthony. 9H5FA. 9H1FBS.
H 1FBS, 9H5FA. Thank you, Charles. Just to mention why I am very suspicious of Google Maps, at least in Malta, because abroad it works fine. It has instructed me to go around roundabouts which haven't been there for several months. It has instructed me to turn into roads which do not exist anymore because they have been reconstructed into different roads going in different directions. For example, going from Birkirkara to Rabat. Google Maps instructs me to turn into a road to go through a roundabout which isn't there anymore. I've once ended up on a construction site because Google Maps insisted I should turn right. And when I did, I ended up in a construction site, and one of the workers came up to me and told me do you need anything? And I said, yeah, I want to go to place X, but Google Maps sends me here. And he said, oh, he said, this morning someone else came with exactly the same problem. And in Gozo, especially, Google Maps insists on making me drive through one-way streets, which obviously refuse. When I ignore and keep on going straight, it keeps on insisting I should turn around and go through a one-way road. And after about, 5 minutes of ignoring it, then reroutes me to some other road which might hopefully be okay. With me through a road which was obviously being needed a good degree of resurfacing. I wasn't aware of that, but going through it on a rather wintry day at night with my headlamps and horribly paved roads. Well, it was a road. Perhaps that wasn't Google Maps' fault, but I have learned to treat it with suspicion. Abroad it's fine. Abroad there's any problems. Perhaps the roads are of a more permanent nature. Abroad, I don't know. Okay, so let me pass on the mic to anyone else. Would anyone else like to leave a comment or say something? This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha. If anyone else would like to say something, just please state your call sign.
3TZM, Golf 3 Tango Zulu Mike.
Hearing none, we can bring this net to a close. I'd like to thank everyone. I'd like also to especially thank all those who helped to troubleshoot our connection problems. And perhaps I'm not sure exactly where the issue or issues are, but perhaps if they remain like that, say till tomorrow, I'll try contacting the owners of the repeaters. Perhaps they could do something from their end. So I'd like to thank everyone, all participants who actually make the net, and I will return all repeaters to their normal use, and will now disconnect the DMR and the UHFR repeaters from each other. And well, thanks everyone. I'd like to remind everyone that the net meets every 2 weeks on Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central European Time. And the net is relayed on the 9H1 UHFR repeater and the 9H1 DMR repeater, and it is also streamed live on YouTube on the 9H GlobalNet YouTube channel, the 9H GlobalNet YouTube channel. So today's net will actually be available either late at night or tomorrow morning, because YouTube takes some time to actually process a stream before actually making it live. Including myself, we had 6 participants today. November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey, Golf 3 Tango Zulu Mike, 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima, 9 Hotel 1 Foxtrot Bravo Sierra, and on the side we had 9 Hotel 1 Juliet Echo, who was listening. And this is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha, bringing to a close this evening's net and returning all repeaters to normal amateur ham radio use. 73s to everyone.